Raw Story is reporting on a jaw-dropping story about abortion. They say the following, quote, an 11-year-old Paraguayan girl who was raped by her mother's boyfriend gave birth on Thursday, rekindling the uproar over authorities' refusal to let her have an abortion. The child, who was 10 when she was raped, gave birth by C-section to a girl that weighed 8 pounds. The pregnancy came to light when the girl went to the doctor with stomach pains in April. Doctors initially believed she had parasites, but discovered on examining her that she was 5 months pregnant. Get this, man. So, 11 years old, she's 4 feet 6 inches tall, and she weighs 75 pounds. That's what she weighed before her pregnancy. This story made me sick to my stomach. Now, Amnesty International said the girl was lucky to even be alive, because you can't really go through that when you're 10 years old, when you're 11 years old. And UNICEF has accused Paraguay in the past of failing to protect girls from sexual predators. But, believe it or not, I still haven't gotten to the most amazing part of the story yet. You ready for this? Mind-blowing fact. They say, quote, every day, 2 girls aged between 10 and 14 give birth in Paraguay. Every day, 2 girls between age 10 and 14. All right, man. See, this is lunacy. This is dogmatism. This is holding on to a belief despite all the evidence that contradicts your belief and says your belief is wrong. Now, what I'm talking about is this notion that it's never okay under any circumstances to get an abortion ever. Really? Ever? A 10-year-old girl, an 11-year-old girl, where in many cases they die as a result of this. But it's still, no, it's not okay in that situation. How about when we're talking about a zygote, when it's not even really an abortion? How about then? How about a gamete? How about an embryo? How about you're a day in? How about that? How about just, you guys know what my standard is, pre-viability. So if we're talking about a fetus that does not even have a nervous system, so there is no pain, is it not the mother's choice at that point? Especially if the kid is not going to be born into a scenario where they're wanted and they're loved and they have material well-being and they're going to be okay? It's absolutely, positively unacceptable, man. And what I can't stand is that the same people who would advocate for a policy like this, the right-wingers in America, they're the ones who point to the liberals and act outraged at the liberals' position. What the fuck? Who are you pointing at, son? You better turn that finger right around and point it right back in your face. You want to say, you're going to force a 10-year-old girl, an 11-year-old girl, to have a baby. She's 10, she is a baby. So what's going to happen? She has the kid, and then what? What's going to happen? What's she going to do? She's going to go to work? She's going to get a 9 to 5? She's going to be able to afford the kid? Is that possible? It's not even possible. Are you kidding me? I'm fucking 27 years old. I'm a baby. You want to force a 10-year-old to have a baby? No. I'm sick of it. I'm done with it. And you and I both know the sentiment largely comes from religion. Now, it's ironic because if you actually read the Bible is not pro-life. It's actually pro-choice, quite clearly. There's parts of the Bible where God performs abortions. They say if your wife cheats on you, she should get an abortion in the Bible. But still, the sentiment is derived from that, and they think it's based on their religion. It's certainly a cultural thing. And it's so deeply embedded and ingrained, and the way to defeat it is to push back against it. The way to defeat it is to say, no, you're just wrong. And by the way, as we've discussed in the past, according to the Guttmacher Institute, some of the countries that have banned abortion are the countries that have the most abortions. Now, you say that blows your mind, right? It blew my mind too. But understand why that is. Because it's not like after you ban it, there's all of a sudden, woo, there's no market for it. It doesn't happen. No, then people just have underground abortions. And in that case, you're also putting the life of the mother at risk because you're using fucking coat hangers and infections are absolutely possible. So it's a lose all around in 9,000 ways if you have a policy like this implemented. So the answer is, at the very least, look, we're not saying you got to go full U.S. style and do the policy that I prefer, which is totally legal until 22, 23 weeks, and then after that you can do some regulations, but still have exceptions for rape and incest and life of the mother and fetal defect and stuff. You don't have to go all the way to sanity yet. Baby steps. Ironically, no pun intended. Baby steps. Just do, hey, we're going to allow it up till 12 weeks to start off, okay? Now, in Paraguay, they do say, well, we do have an exception if the life of the mother is in danger. But then every time you bring a case to them, they say, nope, life of the mother's not in danger. They brought this case to the government. The government was like, nope, not in danger. It's a 10-year-old girl! Of course the life's in danger. Of course the life's in danger. So they don't even really abide by it. But let's do baby steps here. Allow abortion in cases of rape and incest, and if the life of the mother is in danger, if the fetus isn't going to make it anyway, and allow it up until 12 weeks, and then we'll revisit this in a few years, and we'll try to talk you into being more sane. But what's pathetic right now is that the year's 2015, and I have to come out here and tell you guys a story about how an 11-year-old girl was forced to have a baby. Absolutely absurd and unacceptable.